things that are important to us. And several years ago, I was led to an orphanage in northern Ghana that cares for children that, for some reason, have been designated as witches or less than human in their community for various reasons. The mother may have died in childbirth. They may have had some sort of medical problems such as encephalitis, and they're just seen as not worthy of living. And when a nun heard about this particular situation, she sought help in the diocese in northern Ghana, Tamale, and organized this orphanage called the Nazareth Home for God's Children. And she is Sister Stan, and the website is sisterstan.org. So I would say about 4 years ago, I was fortunate to collect quite a bit of money, and I went to the orphanage because when you're responsible for people's money, you want to be sure that it's going to a place that's on the up and up, because there's all sorts of scams going on in our world. So I traveled to Ghana. I went to the orphanage, and I will tell you, without any reservation, I got so much more than I gave. So in the event you are looking for something to show your care and compassion, do consider the Nazareth Home for God's Children. It is in northern Ghana in a village called Sang. It probably doesn't mean anything to you, but it's in a very rural part of Ghana, and this is why these killing of these children can't go on, because there's just not the organization and the bureaucracy that exists in Accra and Kumasi, which are the largest cities. So thank you for listening, and keep Sister Stan and the children in your prayers.
All right, so we were going to start our second part of our program here. I just want to know who brought that carrot cake. Oh my God, I am so tear-struck now. This is awesome. I'm ready to go. So, this doesn't happen to me often, but since it did, I'm just going to go with it. While I was in the back room, I felt the presence of a younger guy, probably no older than 22 or 25, thin, long hair, and he's a rock and roller. Really, really a rock and roller. He had a lot of energy, he's running around. I just saw him playing, strumming the guitar. And he looked very much like someone that I knew when I was growing up, whose name was Alan. This guy who I saw in the back room there, he had a lot of energy. He had a very, very light heart. He had a lot of friends, many friends, a couple of girlfriends, hopefully not at the same time, and a lot of friends, a lot of family. He'd like to get into things. He'd like to get into how things worked. He would take things apart, put it back together. I feel that in life he had about the jobs that he held were all tinkering jobs, where you put things together and take things apart. I feel that he's maybe about this tall. Like I said, he's got long brown hair, he's got brown eyes, he's thin, he's got, I don't know if it's an AC/DC or a Def Leppard shirt, but one of those rock and roll shirts on. And he is just a fireball of energy, just doesn't stop. Does this make sense to anyone here in the room? Younger guy, about 25 years old. Names are very difficult to come through. But I sense that you're getting somebody in that age range.
A little younger, late teens.
13?
Late teens.
Late teens.
Somebody who died.
Okay, we'll keep that over here and see, can anyone else in the room identify that information?
I think there used to be a guy, a young guy who used to hang around several years ago, might have been a musician, and I think he died in his youth. So he might be someone who's just kind of hanging around the energy in this community.
Okay.
It was an organization called YAG, it was a youth action group.
Okay.
And I can't remember his name. I don't know if you know him, but I can't remember his name, but maybe his energy is still floating around here.
It's hard to say. Motorcycles, this guy was very much into motorcycles.
He might have been. I don't think I knew him personally, but I knew of him.
Okay. How about the young man that you were speaking about now? Motorcycles are involved.
I'm not exactly sure. It's possible. I wasn't real close to him. I was related to him, but I still remember it was many years ago, and I'm not sure.
And just to throw out a couple other things, I also saw that he enjoyed the outdoors, the motorcycles. He also was a hunter. He liked to. I saw him hunting deer. I saw a deer head on the wall. He liked to. Oh my God! He liked to. He would use every little piece of that deer, every molecule that he used, and not thrown out. Does that make sense to anyone? Does it make sense to the? Okay. Does it make sense to the crickets that I hear? So one more time around with this guy. He is early 20s, early to mid 20s, about this tall, brown hair, comes down to here. He's a musician. He likes to play rock and roll. He likes his motorcycles. He's into tinkering, ball of energy. He probably died on his motorcycle. Nobody. All right. So we'll thank him for coming. It was probably the guy that. I'm sorry. Oh, it's the left.
Yeah, with the exception of the tinkering of the hands and the hunting, the musician aspect of it sounds like my brother, but my brother was in his 50s.
Okay.
So I don't know if you were singing. I'm working on him. I don't know, but.
Do you know how he died?
It was on a motorcycle.
Yes, that was
Okay.
like
So that was. The more I talk about it, the more clear it is that he died on a motorcycle. Does that make sense to anybody? All right, so well, thank you for riding through, so to speak. Well, like I said, that has never happened to me before, so decided to go with it. And yes.
It isn't someone related to me, but a girlfriend of mine that I had asked to come tonight, her son was killed on a motorcycle, and since his passing to spirit, she doesn't leave the house. She lost her job, and I've gone with her to other event meetings, and her son has come through. And one of the last pictures that her husband, when I saw last time I saw them, showed me was a picture of him, and he was a twin, and the two of them hunted.
Okay.
And I don't know if it might be him.
It very well could be.
Because he was in his 20s.
Okay.
He was a loner, so
Okay,
I was
okay.
trying to get the role about the hunting.
And he's a rock and roller.
That I don't know.
Okay,
That I don't know.
Check with his mom. I'm getting highway to hell in my head here.
They might have been very well dead, but it's nice to hear that I could let down some of that.
See if I can-
Sorry.
I'm sorry. You know what?
Hang on.
I didn't hear it. Okay, so let's see if he has anything special.
And I just said that since it wasn't identified with anyone else here, I'm like, okay, well, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like that. It fits. The more that I'm talking to you, the more it feels clear to me that this is who he is.
I knew him as a child.
Okay.
And then I had moved out of the area, and I had only known him when he was a
is there something going on with his twin brother that you're aware of?
I don't know.
Because I kind of get a dark cloud over him since the passing, and he's having some difficult times as a result. So this guy Don's a real jokester because what he's doing is he's showing me he wants somebody to kick his twin in the butt to get him. And I actually see the kicking going on. Kick him in the butt, get him, pick him up, get him moving, get him running around because he needs to live his life. My life was cut short, but there's no reason for it to be cut short because of my life. And he's also saying, okay, this is a direct quote. Jesus Christ, Mom, get it together.
Oh my God, from the way Donna has described it, I could hear him saying that to her.
Okay,
I
yes.
know he would say that to
All
her.
right. Jesus Christ, Mom, get
They
it
had that
together.
type of relationship, yes.
So, and he's kind of like, he's holding back his emotions, but he's saying, just let Mom know I was here, clearly, and that I'm giving you a direct directive. She's saying I'm giving her a directive to get it together, as well as my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll leave you with that. All right, so good. I guess when something doesn't happen before, it's always good to go with it. So I'm glad you spoke up because I was dying 1,000 times. I'm sorry.
It's usually like the motorcycle. And with the age, and you were saying the height, the color of hair, but then when you said the motorcycle, it's like.
And definitely Highway to Hell because that's still playing in here.
Well, they were I don't think he had a part for a long time, just had his own motorcycle. Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll thank Don for coming through and see who we can get to come, maybe for this side of the room. All right. For some reason, I'm drawn right in here, so at the moment I am seeing older lady about, I feel like I'm about 85 years old, and I'm about maybe your height, and very similar features as well, actually, except she's got white hair, and she's got red, since I don't have nail polish, I didn't think about it, red nail polish, and she's got a blue dress on, sort of with a flower print, and she's got some bracelets, and I keep seeing pearls. Does this make any sense to you? An older lady, similar features as yours, but older. Let's see. Let me think of her feet hurt her all the time because my feet are hurting me right now. And she kind of feel like something going on in her chest towards the end. Difficulty breathing. Difficulty getting around as a result. And was this congestive heart failure? Okay. Because is this your mom? Okay. And I get into letter D with her. Does that come through at all? Okay. And is David over there as well? Yes, he's there too. Okay. So your mom is here, and let's see what we can do. She I don't feel like she's been gone very long. 5 years at the most. Okay. I don't get the feeling that she's been gone very long. And she's showing me the number 2 for some reason. Do you have one other sibling? Okay, because she's showing me the number 2. And that would be a man, a boy? Okay. And an older brother? No. Younger brother. Okay. And also, does the letter D come through with him too? Because I heard Daryl. No, okay. But you have a younger brother, and all right. I'm getting the feeling she's telling me that in her passing, there's a whole lot that was left unsaid that she feels that she has some regrets about. And she's saying that if she had a chance to do it all again, she would let you into my life, let you care for me the way that you wanted to, and to let you Because it would help, if she had done that, it would help you to feel so much more whole now. So she's sending her regrets, but she wants you to know that she loves you with all her heart, and that she is with you very frequently. She's saying. And as I said that, I see. Have you seen her in the mirror, like when you're in the bathroom? She's over your shoulder frequently, but she's kind of going like this. Was she kind of bossy in life?
Well,
Okay. She's been bossy, but she's saying, I did that because I wanted you to have backbone. Would that make sense? Would there be something that she would say? Because she did that because to help you to be strong and to stand on your own 2 feet. Okay. But she's once again reiterating that she's with you often. Is there a Bible? Somebody just saw a picture of a Bible. Is there a Bible verse that you have, or a Bible verse that you have?
She was very involved with her.
Okay. So she's showing me your Bible. And there's also being stuck in the digital age here. This is embarrassing. What's that thing that you put in the book to page to hold the page? Oh, hello. She's showing me a bookmark. She's got a she's showing me the Bible with the bookmark with a purple tassel on it, and there's also on the bookmark. I don't know my religion very well. I'm embarrassed about that here in the church, but it has one of those names written on it. Does that make any sense?
And I can remember, she's a big reader.
Okay. Because she's showing me that for some reason the Bible. Do you actually have one of her Bibles at home?
I don't know.
Okay. Does your brother have one of those Bibles?
You may.
Okay. Check through that Bible. There's something in there that she wants you guys to see or have. And she says, her direct words, it ain't worth nothing, is what she said. But something that she didn't say. Okay. She says it ain't worth nothing, but it's something in there that would be special to you. I'll leave you with that.
Okay, my friends. I work a little bit differently than Tim. Spirit people come to me in all sorts of different ways. You'd think after years of practice, they would know, male or female, description, characteristics, message, just like we're taught. But that's not necessarily the case with how I get messages. So let's see who is coming. There's a lot of, as you can imagine, there's a lot of spirit going on here. I thought I had a male when I was sitting down, but now this is a female, it looks like. What I want to say is there's something special about her hair. What I mean by that is the way she's showing it, it's quite thick, it's light, a light colored hair, and it has a lot of curl and body to it. And it's obviously something that she felt very good about in terms of her hair and her appearance in terms of this hair. And she superimposes herself, and I'll get to the age and other stuff too. Let me just give you this. She superimposes herself on the front of it. It's either a birdhouse or it's an actual house, because what I see is this part of the roof and her, showing me that there's a connection she had with this house. Now, the way she's showing me herself is not necessarily how you might have remembered her at the time of her death. She's showing, I believe she's showing me herself the way she would like to look. Just like me, if I come back to the church as one of the spirit communicators, know that I will come back as, I don't know, Beyonce, or you'll say, oh, that's not Beyonce, that's Lorna. So she's coming, she's showing herself, so I want you to kind of expand your thinking. She's showing herself as maybe a middle-aged woman, but again, this hair would have been something very, very important and something that you would know about her. And she also shows me a brush, because I think she must have brushed her hair and cared for it. And they used to say, 80 strokes with a brush, you know, with their hair. I don't know anymore because I wear locks, so I don't brush my hair. But she also is mentioning something about a ring that you would be aware of that is connected to her, a ring. And it looks like there's one stone in it, and she's showing it to me rather large. So I think that there is something very important about this ring in terms of who she is, and you understanding who has come forward to be with us tonight. Give me 1 second, sweetheart. Just let me give you one more piece of information to be sure. She calls my attention, not necessarily saying this is the reason for her death, but she's calling my attention to something in the bones in her pelvic area. Okay, so tell me your name, darling.
My name?
Yeah, you mind me saying darling? I don't mean it in a bad way. If I say darling, sweetheart, baby to any of you all, I don't mean it in a disparaging way. It's just my way of showing love. How do you do forward? What can you accept thus far from this lady that I'm talking about?
Her hair. She was in real estate. She had houses and houses and houses. She had complications from hip surgery.
Okay, but you're only going to give me what I've given you, right? You're not going to give me too much information. Okay, lovely, lovely. May I work with you? Thank you, darling. She's not alone in spirit. I see a whole group of people. And what I don't know exactly what she's doing there, but there are droves of people that she's involved with. And what I'm talking about, I see people on this side and on that side, just groups and groups of people that she's involved with. I don't feel she is part of the group. I feel she's leading the group. This is a woman that I feel is telling me that she has leadership on the other side, and that she is influencing and impacting the lives of others, men and women, on the other side. I don't want to sound a little bit risque, but let me see how I can say this politically correct. The body that she had when she was on the earth realm, what I'm saying is the body that we look at when we come out of the shower is not the body that she has now. I don't know if it's, they do some type of surgery or magic or whatever, but let me tell you, she's got it going on right now.
She had been a dancer, a professional dancer, so it was just restored to her.
Well, her body looks very good, and for some reason, she's showing me her, self coming out of the shower. communicate that she's really doing quite well, as I said, influencing people. And now, do you write, or does she write? She's making me aware of something about writing. Someone sitting at a desk writing, and I want to say even that it looks like, I'm not absolutely sure, but it looks like the person is using their left hand as opposed to the right. Does that make any sense to you? Okay, will you keep that information and just keep it and just see where it goes? This is a playful woman as well, what I would describe as playful. And what she wants to talk about, very briefly, either this is a memory of your childhood or a toy that maybe you had as a child, or someone in the family has a child, and as a child. And it looks like some kind of a, now I'm having the amnesia, Tim. It looks like a spiral thing, and what I'm hearing her say to me is boing, boing, because as you hit it, it's not a pogo stick, a slinky looking thing, but it's going boing. It's not a slinky, but it's a wire thing that looks like a slinky.
Jack in the Box.
Could be. Nothing?
Yes.
Okay. Because to me, she's playing me. You know, she's playing with me and just throwing little things here and there, very playfully. And she talks when she gets ready to talk, and gives information when she's ready to give the information. And she wants to jump ahead before I'm asking her for more information to the message. And so we're having a little bit of a power struggle, which I think is indicative of her characteristics and the way she was on Earth. So I might not win this one, Paula. She's emphasizing the writing. Oh, you don't write. Is that it? Or you not interested in writing? Or what's
I did technical writing for pharmaceuticals for a long time. Documents. Endlessly.
well, this
But not creative writing.
right, and nothing that you're doing now.
No.
Okay, so was she maybe just evidentially talking about, you know, that this was part of your past, and now, you know, because she keeps bringing it up, maybe to make you accept it, that you did write in the past. Let me see. This woman is a pip. And I mean this in the most loving way. But now she wants to align this writing with ferocious animals. I see a tiger face, I see a lion's face, and if they're not being mean or, you know, like they're gonna bite or whatever, but just all of a sudden these different animals. Does that make sense to you?
She was the administrative assistant for the director of Busch Gardens.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you. So I'm gonna get your message from her and see what it is she's come. I will tell you, she already started talking about giving you an award in one of those cups with the two handles on it. You know what I'm talking about? And there's writing on it, and I'm getting chills as I feel the writing, as I see the writing. And she wants to make sure you know she's giving you this golden cup with this writing. She wants you to make sure you know it because she's knocking on a door knocker. And I think the door knocker is evidential also. And is there a door knocker on her house or your house or somebody's house? Okay, well, you put a door knocker on it in her honor because she wants to knock on the door and let you know that she's giving you this prize cup. Oh, and she wants to say that you have made her the most proudest person in the world. The proud, that's something on this award that she's giving you. And I will leave that with you, with love. But you have a gift from her. You're welcome. Took a lot of time with that, I'm sorry. All right, this second communicator for this evening is coming in talking about, it's not because we just had cake, I think, but maybe it is. Maybe they like the cake too. But this looks like a cake cutter, a nice one. I don't know about in your house, but usually we just use a knife and a spatula. But this is obviously a person that knows the accoutrements of how you appropriately serve cake. This is also a person that would have liked a cut glass vase. She shows me, I'm saying she, I guess that's what, she's giving me. One of these old-fashioned, beautiful cut glass vases that a lot of people no longer love anymore. I happen to love them. But this one looks rather large and would have been a centerpiece on someone's dining room table. Because I do see a dining room table, I see a nice tablecloth on it, but bless you, the cut glass vase thus far does not have a person connected to it yet, but it also does not have flowers in it. It is so adorned, this vase, that you can just put it by itself. This woman is a little shy about showing her appearance, but she is talking about two childhood memories that one of you would possibly recall. One memory is, it looks like one of you that is here, and it looks like a young school-age person, is in some type of playground park and doing some kind of climbing, like on monkey bars or something like that. The second thing that she shows me is a basket. And on the basket, it's white. It looks like there's a bow on it, and it reminds me of Easter basket, or a basket that one would use around Easter time. So we have so far this woman that is a little shy about showing her appearance, but likes nice things. Cut glass vase, beautiful vase. That vase is somewhere in your family, or you might have it, or you might know something about it. A cut glass vase. And it adorned her table, her dining room table, which was very much a feeling of pride that she had for her home, and having everything the way it was supposed to be, including this cake cutter. Another implement that somebody would know about in terms of your family or you, that this cake cutter was something that was part of the family thus far. Can anybody take anything that I've said so far about a lady in spirit that would have, especially this vase is very evidential. Tell me your name, dear.
Susan.
Hello, Suzanne. Tell me what you can take.
Well, the cake cutter, not in particular, but she did have a lot of very fine things. And the vase, when she moved, we lost the vase. And she would always ask about it. Where's that vase? Where's that vase? And it's like, I looked like 10 times. I could not find it. But when she just passed, and we were going through the storage unit, we found the vase. And it was in glass. It wasn't on her dining room table, but it was on the buffet. And she did have a lot of pride in her home. Beautiful.
May I continue to work with you?
Yes. The monkey bars make sense. I mean, Easter baskets, I have baskets like that.
Yeah, thank you. She also wants to talk about other accoutrements that you would have in the household. This is a woman, to me, you know, and I'm not saying this in any disparaging way, but this is a woman that had class. You know, you would come to her house, you know, you come to my house, you might ask for water and I might give it to you in a plastic cup. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna grab whatever I can. But this woman this would be abhorrent. You know, she would give you a glass of water in a lovely glass, and it might even have a plate under it and a napkin, and she seems as though she followed particular protocol. Can you accept that from her?
Yes.
Now, she's getting a little less shy about her appearance, and she's showing me herself, it seems like sitting in a chair somewhere. And what I want to say is I see a woman